Hey guys, what is going on? We are back and we got more best class setups for you here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 best class setups in Vanguard before the Season 4 Reloaded update. There are a lot of fantastic weapons in this game at the moment, particularly assault rifles and a particular SMG that I'm thinking of that are really strong right now. There is an absolutely fantastic bunch of weapons that we're about to talk about today, but just before we do get into it here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it and it really does help me out. But I do know that about 85% of you guys watching these right now are not subscribed. So if you could take the time to join our little community here, help cut through the YouTube algorithm and get these videos to as many people as possible, I would be very appreciative of that. So let's take a look at my top 5 best class setups in the game right now. So of course, starting us off here, you already know what we're talking about here. The Carbine is just one of the best guns going around right now. Simply put, it's just one of the easiest guns to use, has a very good TTK, easy recoil, good handling speeds, and good damage range values. This is just one of the best guns. Like, you can't really argue with this. The Carbine is just one of the best guns going around right now. Starting us off, we do have the Mercury Silencer here. This does give us a little bit of a boost to that recoil control, as well as providing us with the sound suppression. We do lose a touch of damage range here, but with this particular weapon, as you can expect, it does have good range values as it is, so we don't lose too much here. Into the barrel, we do have the 22-inch Custom. This does make us highly accurate and controllable weapon, as well as boosting our fire rate by a little bit. Taking a look here, this increases our recoil control by 6.5% and 51.2% respectively, as well as giving us about a 4% boost to our fire rate. In the optic, we do have the slate reflector, but pick and choose what you prefer. Stock, we do go with the Cooper 45 RS for initial accuracy and recoil, aim down, sight speed, and recoil recovery. Under barrel, you definitely want to go for the M3 ready grip on most assault rifles for the aim down, sight speed, and sprint to fire speed, and aim walking movement speed boost. You get fantastic stats from this attachment. Magazine, we do have the .30 Carbine 45 round mag to increase that bullet velocity, the damage range, the damage, the bullet penetration, and giving us a larger magazine here. As I said, 34 damage per bullet at 750 RPM is just a hair below 180 milliseconds. In the ammo type, we do have lengthen here, just increase that bullet velocity by 30%, almost 1400 meters per second is fantastic for our hit detection. The rear grip, we do go with the stipple grip here just to get those initial bullets on target. In the proficiency, again, we do have brace here for more initial accuracy and recoil, and in the kit, we do have fully loaded here to round out this class. Try out this thing if you've not already done so. It's one of the easier attachment sort of combinations to unlock. Most of these are very early unlocks, which is fantastic. Carbine is one of the best guns in the game. Next, we do have another competing assault rifle for the top dog in the assault rifle category. This is the Nikita AVT. It is essentially one of those weapons that is very similar to the Carbine. It does have a smaller magazine as a result, but again, this is still a very good weapon in the game. Offers a little bit of an alternative to the Carbine. Starting us off here again, we do have the Mercury Silencer for the recoil control increase and the sound suppression. The barrel, we do go with the Empress 613mm BFA for recoil control and accuracy, as well as flinch resistance. Taking a look here, this does increase our recoil stats by 45% a piece, meaning we are very accurate here. In the optic, slate reflector, again, pick and choose as you prefer. Stock, we do go with the Kovalev Skyer folding for hip fire accuracy, aim walking movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed. Keep in mind, you can also go with the Empress AVT RS for the initial accuracy and recoil and aim down sight speed. In the underbarrel, I would love to go with the M3 ready grip here just for more aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking movement speed. In the magazine, we do have the 30-aught 625 round fast mag. This is essentially the same one that we did feature from the Carbine. Damage, bullet velocity, range, bullet penetration, all those lovely stats, but we do get a shorter magazine here as a result of only 25 rounds, but the reload speed is very fast at about 2.2 seconds, so this is definitely capable of getting lots and lots of kills here, so just keep this in mind. It's a little short, but the TTK and the damage range and all those other lovely things are still there for you. Ammo type, you got to go with hollow point here just to increase the consistency. What this does, it increases the damage you do to the limbs, meaning you are going to get a consistent 3-shot kill anywhere on the body with this, which is absolutely fantastic. In the rear grip, we do go with the fabric grip here for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, which is a very nice boost. In the proficiency, we do have brace here as well for initial accuracy and recoil. If you do feel like you need more bullets in the gun faster, you can take sleight of hand and increase that reload speed. And then in the kit, we do have fully loaded here again for the maximum starting ammo. The Nikita AVT is a very good gun in the game, very similar to the Carbine, another one of those guns that is super strong and underrated actually compared to the Carbine. A lot of people using that, not many people using the Nikita. Next, to change it up here, we are taking a look at one of the SMGs that is absolutely fantastic in the game right now, probably the best one going around. This is the M1928. This thing is ridiculously accurate, has great aim walking movement speeds, gets you a 3-shot kill at like 180 millisecond, 170-ish millisecond time to kill, which is really strong, and you get 100 rounds in the mag and really easy to control recoil. This thing is just an absolutely ridiculous SMG in the game right now. Make sure you try this out if you've not already done so. Starting us off here again, we do have the muzzle. This time we're going with the M1929 silencer, as because with most of the SMGs, they do have quite lackluster damage range. We don't really want to reduce that. We can afford the aim down sight speed loss though, though. Taking a look here, this does increase our recoil control again. Barrel do go with the CGC 12-inch cooling barrel. Again, this makes us highly accurate and controllable. Taking a look here, this increases our horizontal recoil control by 90%, meaning you have an absolute laser beam with this gun. Slate reflector in the optic slot for pick and choose what you prefer on this. I don't really mind what optic you take. You can even take the one without the optic if you get that improved aim down side speed one. In the stock, you go with the CGC wire grip for aim walking movement speed, aim walking steadiness, aim down side speed, and initial accuracy and recoil. What a mouthful there, but this thing's monstrous, man. Take this because of the aim walking movement speed. It's crazy with this gun. In the underbarrel, we do have the M1941 hand stop, but you can take something like an SMLE pistol grip if you do want more sprint to fire speed. I feel like this is a good option for this because of that large magazine and high accuracy. As we mentioned, the magazine is absolutely massive here at 100 round drum here. This does increase our damage, our bullet velocity, our range, our bullet penetration, and gives us 100 rounds. Taking a look here, 34 damage per bullet at about 700 RPM does allow us to get that 170 to 180 millisecond time to kill. Again, super fun weapon to use. Then in the ammo type, we do have the lengthened one here for more bullet velocity, which is not great for SMGs, but a nice boost on top. Rear grip, we do have the fabric grip here for the aim down side speed and the sprint to fire speed. We do have sleight of hand here to increase that reload speed. It can be a little bit slow with this thing, but you can take frenzy as well. And then in the kit, we do have quick here instead of fully loaded because we do have lots of ammo from the large magazine. So as I said, this is probably the best SMG in the game right now. Such a massive magazine, easy to control recoil, good damage numbers. It's just a fantastic one. If you've not tried this out recently, make sure you do go have a look. We're back on the assault rifle stuff. We do have another one here that is again another fantastic one. Again, this competes with the Carbine and the Nikita AVT for the best assault rifle in the game. If we were taking a look at meta tiers or anything like that, these three assault rifles would probably be at the tip top. Again, this does allow us to get very fast kills here at about 170 to 180 milliseconds, like good range values. This thing, again, can be a little difficult to control. It's not too bad or anything like that, but it's definitely a little bit more difficult than the Nikita, than again the Carbine as well, but it's still really easy to hit your shots. Don't worry about that too much. Again, we do have the Mercury silencer here just to make it a little bit easier for us to hit shots with the extra recoil as well as the sound suppression. The barrel, the Zach FA short, does increase our damage number, and when combined with the magazine that we have, which is the 8mm Chrysler rifle 50 round mag, which does increase our bullet velocity, our range, our magazine ammo capacity, damage, and bullet penetration. This of course does give us 39 damage per bullet at 759 RPM, which again is a very fast TTK value, man. Don't sleep on this thing. It is absolutely monstrous here. In the optic, we do go with the slate reflector, pick and choose what you prefer. Stock, we do have the Zach skeletal for aim walking movement speed, aim walking steadiness, and initial accuracy and recoil. M1941 hand stop in the underbarrel. We do have the ammo type, which is lengthened for more bullet velocity. Rear grip, stipple grip, of course, for the initial accuracy and recoil again. The proficiency, we do go with tight grip here for accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. And then we round this off with the kit, which is fully loaded here for the most amount of starting ammo. Now, as I said, keep in mind, this thing is a very good weapon in this game. You are getting those consistent 3-shot kills. It's just a little bit more difficult to control. It's not massively difficult to control. It's a little bit more recoily than something like a Carbine or a Nikita AVT, but very strong weapon at that, so just keep that in mind here. And the last one here is a little bit of a personal favorite of mine. This might not be one of the absolute strongest guns in the game, but when you can get consistent one-shot kills with a shotgun from anywhere on the map, you just have to include this on your list here, man. It does create a very unique playstyle, which is a one-shot kill from pretty much anywhere on the map as long as you are hitting somebody in the chest with a single slug round, which is very exciting here. Starting us off here, we do have the muzzle, which is the G28 compensated. The recoil control from this is quite nice. You don't really need to worry about the full choke for the tighter pellet spread, as we are only firing a single slug. In the barrel, we do go with the sword off here for the increase to our damage. I've seen a number of people talking about the Framble number 3. I'm not sure this is super helpful, as you don't get the increased damage as you do from the sword off, as the idea is we combine the sword off barrel and we combine the 12 gauge 5 round tube to increase that damage number and range, and then we combine that with the slug here, which is this, and it does increase our damage number as well. So we want 196 damage per shell, so we can get as many one-shot kills as possible at most distances on most maps. And again, I don't think really the last barrel does that for us. It just gives us hip fire and recoil recovery, which is not ideal. Optic, we do have a medium range optic in the G16 2.5 times, but you can pick and choose whichever one you prefer. As I said, this is a long range shotgun class, so keep that in mind. In the stock, we do have the Framble big game for aim walking movement speed and initial accuracy and recoil. Essentially, this allows us to move around the map pretty much all the time with our aim down and sight up, which allows us to get as many one-shot kills as possible. In the underbarrel, would you go with the SMLE pistol grip? Say we do get caught with those sights down though, this allows us to be sprinting around and get those sights up nice and quickly. We already talked about the magazine and of course the slug in the ammo type, so again, keep these in mind. You do need this combination to get as many one-shot kills as possible, so just remember that. And then in the rear grip, we do have the fabric grip here for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. In the proficiency, we do go with sleight of hand, as I still believe you have to reload these slugs individually, so this does make that a little bit faster. And then in the kit, we do have fully loaded here, so we get the most amount of shells, but again, you can take quick if you want more sprint speed. So as I said, I believe the combination of the sawed-off barrel, the 12 gauge 5-round tube, and the slug does allow us to get as many one-shot kills as possible, and this is so consistent. You get like one-shot kills from across the map, and people just wonder how they died, and it's ridiculous. This is so much fun. Again, this might not be like a top 5 class setup in terms of pure power, but it is one of the most fun class setups that we've made this year. Again, keep it in mind, this is really enjoyable, and if you do enjoy this kind of sniping shotgun style class setup, this might just be for you. So that'll do us here, guys, our top 5 best class setups in the game at the moment. Again, that last one, particularly spicy. The Cooper Carbine, one of the best guns in the game, and all the weapons that we have featured today are very powerful in their own right. Just before we do go though, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, about 85% of you guys watching these right now are not subscribed. If you could take the time to join our little community here, it really does help grow the channel, as well as help cut through the YouTube algorithm and get these videos to as many people as possible, which will mean an awful lot to me. So again, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!